Hello everyone, it's Professor 005 back with another short video. Hopefully I'll try to make it short as soon as possible. So today I'll be covering like Thursday stream news. So it's not gonna be a lot. So it's only like two cards for Breedon and two cards for Avantgarda. Which is kind of nice for Avantgarda because Avantgarda has like technically a new support for PT13. So I think I'm not gonna drag this for too long, and I don't want to like take everybody's like time. But yeah, let's go straight ahead and try to look through some of the important news that these cards are going to get. Again, I'm going to be using the stream because like for some reason my Discord is not working, so I have to rely on I'm gonna have to rely on the Thursday stream itself and on just to share to you like the reviews for this set around, right? For this like two cards for Breedon and two cards for Avantgarda, and yeah, okay. Now, before that, before we get straight into the news, I would like to say thank you very much if you're watching this video. If you do like my content, please do hit like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos in the near future. And that's about it. And we go straight into the first Desire Devil, Gosuk. He is a great one, but he's a common card. Okay. So when this unit is put into the soul from the rearguard circle, your cost is to shove in two hand cards from your hand to your soul, and put one Greedon and bounce it back to your hand. Not too useful because it's essentially like a -2, in a sense that yeah, minus two hand cards for your hand is technically kind of unless you want to shove in Greedon, I guess that would be at least good in a sense that you can shove survive the persona turn, for that Greedon to be there in order for you to reach 7 damage. You can use this early game for your first grade 3, so I think if you have another Greedon in your hand, I think that's nice also. And you can choose like a soul, like a Greedon. It's either if you have like a Greedon Masters or the original Greedon in your soul, you can just bounce it back, which is quite nice for ensuring your persona turn. But other than that, I felt like this could be not too useful. I think some decks would run it. Some Greedon decks might run it because he probably wants to reach the early game Greedon in the soul. Whether or not he'll be playing the original Greedon or probably the Greedon Mask, but I think but in the context of Greedon Mask, I think nobody would play this card. Because I think defense is important, but also I think the only good thing that you can shove it in is like the cards that actually works in a soul. So let's say for example Boshoku, I would say maybe the one that has a guard restrict, the one that's 2 or more when Greedon attacks. I think you can actually like try to combo with that card. So I think that's about it. I think it's all that this card can actually do. Other than that, I don't see the space for it. Considering how like Greedon Maskers is like kind of tight in like a lot of ways. So I think that's it for the time being. So that's Gosuk, and now the second part that we're going to get straight into is actually another Greedon card, which is Desire Devil Motion. So okay, so I want to explain further that these cards will be in PT13. So what the cards you're seeing here is technically PT13 cards. They're already like coming out for the next few so like for the upcoming weeks or so. Okay, now we have the Desire Devil Motion. So technically this is a double rare and it's a grade 3. Now the skill is although it works in a soul, when your Vanguard with Breedon in its card in attacks, when your Breedon Vanguard attacks, technically speaking, if it's the second battle of the turn, and you have no rearguards with the same name as this card, you may call this card to the rearguard circle, which is kind of nice. If you call until the end of turn, this unit cannot be put by soul by your Vanguard's ability, and he gets 5k power. Okay, so technically that's very good. Alright, in a few sense. In few ways, right? Number one, you can actually ensure an extra attack, and he gets a 5k power. So during like probably like say a persona turn, he's gonna be like a 28k. If you're playing Greedon Maskers, it's technically like a 33k attacker, so it's kind of nice as well. The only downside to it is that let's say if you play the original Greedon, if you want to shove in another 4 more another four more rear guards to technically restand for the second time. You cannot really shelf it in for the future restanding effects for Gridon. So the only effect is that you can actually technically just do like shelf in once, provided if he's not in the soul in the first place. But yeah, I think that's technically like what he actually does. So it's not that bad, I would say. The fact that it's technically a free rear guard, and it's also like a 5th attack also for Gridon in like Gridon Masters, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think it's technically quite nice. So Gridon, you have like 1, 2, and then 3, 4, or you can do like the 5 attacks. And yeah, technically you can do this 5 attack that with Gridon Mask. Yeah, I think you can technically do that. Alright, so now for the most exciting part, I would say, for the Thursday stream is actually Blue Duster, Sky Blitzer, Avantgarda, Richter. Okay, some people pronounce it as Richter, some people pronounce it as Richter. I think it's properly pronounced as Richter. I think it's a German name, but it's technically Richter is so it's very hard to pronounce. But anyways, that aside. Okay, now skill. This is a triple rare for PT13, which will be it's a grade 3, so technically a new Avantgarda. Avantgarda. So there has a following skills, right? So the first skill is in your hand. If you have a Vanguard, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or is grade 3 or greater, you reveal the cost is that you reveal this card. You bind blue. The original Avantgarda, the one PT10 or PT9, sorry. You bind the original Avantgarda from your Vanguard circle and write this card as stand. And this unit gets all of the original act abilities until the end of the turn of the card bound for this cost, right? So that's the first skill. Second skill, at the end of the battle that this unit attack, if your starter, okay, which is Blue Duster Sora period, is in its soul, you discard 2 cards from your hand. You spear right Avantgarda from the bind zone and plus 10k and drive -1. Okay, so that's about what he does. Now, there are a few combos which is gonna be explained later, but technically there's like several reasons on how you can actually like play around with this card, right? So because it's a Blue Duster, it's Avantgarda, a new Avantgarda. So there's like you persona write with the original Avantgarda, provided if you have it, and then you reveal this card, and then you write it as stand. Then you copy the act ability. Of course, granted, before you do so, it is advisable for you to technically shove in like the strategy orders first. So let's say you persona write with Avantgarda, the original one, and then with his act skill, you can use it, and you can shove it any of the orders and then shove it into your soul, and then it gets the ability and whatnot, and then after that you reveal this card from your hand and you spear write it, and it copies the act ability. So which means that you can shove in another strategy order into your soul, whether it's be the grade 1 or the grade 3, it's up to you. You can shove in anything for your first grade 2 turn, like for your first grade 3 riding, and then after that with Avantgarda's Richter skill, you can shove in another one, so copy. And it's technically getting another reset as well, so you can get the same ability. And then last but not least, it also ensures you that at the end of the battle that this unit attack, as long as the starter is in your soul, you can basically just clear right Avantgarda from your bind zone, right? So that's what he technically does. So technically speaking, you can like do like 3 attacks for the Vanguard, as specified. So it's actually quite a very strong card for Avantgarda, and I think that this kind of like fixes the problem for like Avantgarda's restand to be to activate. But of course, if it's like technically your first grade 3 turn, if you can do it on your first 3 turns, grade 3 turn, you can technically like attack 4 times. If you have a personal right, you can do like 5 times, because the Vanguard can attack 3 times, right? So Richter attacks for the first time, then Richter restands because due to the act or ability copy. and then you attack again, and then at the end of the battle you can just pay the cost and just rewrite Avantgarda plus 10k power minus 1 drive. So that's actually it. That's kind of nice. So it's basically a Kashu Kyobitsu in a sense that it's because like twin drive and then single drive and then drive -1. So so that's technically the bulk of the skill, right? Technically just you can shove in 2 orders and then after that you can restand and then you can just spirit right. So that's what it does, right? So last but not least, we have the rare card. I think it's a rare card, and for Avantgarda is a blue Duster support. So we have blue Duster, Asagi Milestone, so he's quite good because it says that when it's placed on the rare card circle, if you have a blue Duster Vanguard and you counter +1 and you choose one Avantgarda from your drop zone and put it to your hand, so thereby ensuring you that you can have a persona right at the for your next turn. And second skill, Vanguard Continuous. If you shove in an order card from the order zone to your soul, it gets 5k, right? So technically in 13k attacker, 13k booster, right? So very good. So Avantgarda is technically buff up a little, so I think it's kind of nice as well. Alright, so here's where the clarifications when it comes to the Avantgarda's skill comes in. So if you can see, there's some of the explanations which I'm gonna like get into here. Is technically speaking, there's like hold on. Alright, so there it is. Alright, so what they're trying to explain here to you is that the things that you can do with Avantgarda Richter and the combos that you can actually do, right? So first things first, you persona right with the original Avantgarda. And then after that you can shove in like either of these orders for the main phase. Okay, so either you want to retire or you just want to have like intercept blocking and blitz blocking this order so that your opponent doesn't use blitz order to guard. And then after that you activate Richter from your hand and you ride it, spear ride it, and then step 4 that you can try to shove in another order, and this time anything will be fine, so that's kind of good. So the grade 3 order is technically the most optimal play because you can give the Vanguard continuously 5k every time to the front row, power up to the front row whenever like the Vanguard attacks. So you can try to power up this time as well. Then after that you attack with Richter, and then you copy and then with Richter's skill that can actually copy, you try to like restand with Avantgarda's axe skill. And then after that, after Richter finish attacks, you can spear right Avantgarda, and then you can spear right it Avantgarda and try to attack again. So technically your Vanguard can attack 3 times if you don't skip if you do things properly and you know the timing when to restand and when to spear right. So that's kind of what the bulk of Avantgarda does, and I think because thanks to the the order the strategy cards with this order strategy cards, I think the Avantgarda is gonna get a little bit more powerful because you can try to power up a lot. So technically, in the sense that Avantgarda can kind of like swing like about like 3 times. So the power up is gonna be like increase. So that's kind of good, and yeah, that's basically what Avantgarda does. Alright. So I think that's all for the it's nothing much this time now. I think it's just only like showcase about Avantgarda and the new support. And then we have what else do we have? Okay, now I am not so really inclined to move it to the end, but if I were to move it to the end and try to show you what we have for next Thursday we have 2 double rare cards of Dragon Empire in BT13, as well as 3 shop tournaments PR for September. Okay, so which is kind of nice. It's technically what I understood from some of the streams, like the description for some of the translations. It's technically a new double rare recycler cards for the Dragon Empire, and it's not just only for Dragon Empire. It will set a trend for like future nations to have one as well. I don't think I can show you here because I think it's kind of slow, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? So this is from next week's Kokoban. So I think that's about it. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna have to stop the video right here, right now. If you have any comments or if you have like anything that trying to point out whether or not I'm wrong in some cases, please do feel free to. Okay, yeah, there it is. And so you have the Dragon Empire like true double rares. Yeah, so generic double rares for every nations. And if it's like Dragon Empire, I think every nation is gonna have one. So short tournaments, 3 new cards, and that's about it. Alright, so that's for the next Thursday stream news. Okay, so if I did say anything wrong, if I have done, mistakenly point out some things, please point it out in the comments below, and do help, do help like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. This has been Professor 95.